And when you see that, you know we're bringing you all the sporting action. Let me say a very good morning to my man, Oweko Ampofo.
Hi, Benjamin.
I was just saying something about his hair and what his future looks like, but we'll not share it on air.
Yeah.
We'll not share it on air.
I don't even want people to hear about it.
You don't want people to hear about it. But let's talk about the transfers. Some interesting, last-minute swoops yesterday. Tell us about it.
Yeah, about 24 hours ago, I came here and I said that, with the type of transfer window that we've seen, we shouldn't be surprised if we see some bizarre deals. And the window delivered what we'd seen previously, with Ronaldo and Messi moving and all that. It wasn't beyond us to see something like, Griezmann going back to Atletico Madrid.
Griezmann, did you see that coming?
No way. No way. I mean, I thought with Messi leaving and, Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba taking a pay cut, Barcelona would at least be fine in the short term. But it looked like something changed in the final hours and they still wanted to push for Griezmann leaving. And so when Atletico Madrid knew that they had lost Saul to Chelsea, I think contacts were established. And it's a loan deal, but with an obligation to buy for around 40 million, which means that Barcelona are really making a big loss on that deal. Because if you remember, a couple of years ago, they bought him from Atletico Madrid for about 120 million.
Yes.
And even to
it cost them quite a lot. That was on the back of, I think, the Euros after the won.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that they actually went for a loan to be able to, finance that 120 million deal. And 2 years later, they are selling the player for 40 million. I understand that his wages are astronomical, pushing up to £800,000 a week. And what Barcelona have done is to really sacrifice for the long term. There was great depth in the club. And what they've done now is that they've sold a lot of players and cut down on their wages. So they've been able to save, in essence, about 100 million in cash for the next year. So we'll see how that adds up to their rebuilding phase. But savings can be one thing. It's kind of like Arsenal delivering with the youngsters or whatever and not buying too many players like we saw under Arsene Wenger. But in terms of trophies, having quite a drought. And it's a precarious situation Barcelona finds itself in now. Striking options, Memphis Depay? Yeah, so is Memphis...
Aguero is basically, claiming injury and all of that.
Yeah.
It looks like a very tough corner they are in right now. I don't know. They have depth, but can they sustain the sort of momentum they've had over the years?
I doubt, and I think that's what maybe the fans might have to come to terms with. They actually got Luke de Jong, that's the Netherlands striker from Sevilla. He's a player that Koeman knows very well, and he knows Memphis Depay very well. So, but of course, he's not tier one quality, and he's not going to give you 20, 30 goals a season. So I think Barcelona, this is almost as if you're taking a gap year to be able to find your feet and come back next year. So I don't think fans should expect success this season. Finishing top four would be good. Winning a trophy should come as a bonus, and we'll see how they recover.
Do you suspect Atletico might, win the trophy again?
Well, without Griezmann, they did, and they strengthened now, got De Paul, and then they've added Griezmann as well. So I think that they're the favourites. Madrid couldn't land Mbappe. They've lost Ramos and Varane as well. So in terms of the dealings this summer, Atletico Madrid are in pole position to, defend their title. Okay,
let's wrap up on some more transfer news. Which are the others that we can speak of apart from, Camavinga is now old news, and we also have Antoine Griezmann. Which others can we speak of?
Yeah, so you can see how Camavinga would be incorporated in the Real Madrid lineup on your screen. But I don't think we've touched too much on Saul Niguez. He's a midfielder, and, Chelsea said that they needed a midfielder heading into the transfer window. Just to provide backup to Kovacic, Kante, and then Jorginho. And I think Saul is a fantastic player.
Imagine that lineup, and they need backup, and even the backup is Chelsea right now. The team is your team.
The team to beat
is on a different level, but we shall beat you. The Red Devils, we shall beat you.
Yeah, so we'll see about that. But I think Saul is a great addition. He can play anywhere across midfield. He can even go in advanced roles and all that. So it's a good deal, a loan with an option to buy for around 40 million euros. So we'll see if Chelsea exercise that at the end of the season. It will depend on how well he performs. But speaking of Man U, you still have Fred, and that's how you could possibly line up next season. And what do you think about that lineup?
Nowadays, when I see the name Fred, it's making the name Fred distasteful to me. Unfortunately, with all due apologies to anybody named Fred or Fred. Fred in the Man U team, he's the one I'm speaking of. If I could put him out and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer himself
But you can't have a perfect team, you know.
No, but Ula is not helping. He recently chalked 100 games for Man United.
Yeah.
Yes, we've moved from 4th to 3rd to 2nd and all of that. But Charlie, I say football, if you don't win,
nobody remembers.
Second place and all of that, it doesn't matter.
That's true.
Doesn't matter. Just say they call Champions League. But anyway, thank you for bringing us the scoop as far as the transfers are concerned. I know in Ghana too, there have been a few things going on in terms of our own transfer market and Gladstone, Awako, right?
Yeah, Awako.
And some of those players.
You know, we've not really seen a lot of drama because it closes, I think, deep into October. And so there'll still be a lot of deals. Hearts of Oak have been quite active in the market because they have to register their players for the CAF Champions League, which begins in a couple of weeks' time. But speaking of Awako, there's a special feature on him. He speaks for the first time, and you can catch that live on the JoyNews channel at 2 p.m. today. So do make a date for that one.
Always good to catch up with you, and that's how we sew it up on JoyNews desk. But before we go, some stories from myjoyonline.com that you can actually savor. You can go there and check out a lot of those stories, myjoyonline.com. My name is Benjamin Akakpo. Thank you for staying on Joy News Desk.